Just a minute, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Fine too.
I have something I need to ask you about. Um, I have the opportunity to work as a teacher. It would be in the mornings.
Okay.
So, would it be possible for us to change our hours to the afternoon or even the evening?
Okay, no problem with me.
Okay, the evening class starts at 6:30.
Okay.
Would that be all right?
Yes.
And then I would have just one class, but even more than that, I would definitely have a student because some of my evening students work, and if the weather's good, they might be working until 7:30 or later.
Okay.
And so this way, I'll definitely have you, and then whoever else is able to come. And for some of the people, they really need another person. I know with Blanca, it went almost too fast for her when it was just her. Now, I think you're more advanced in your English than Blanca is. So we're going pretty fast, you and I, really. But if that's okay with you, starting next week, our class will be at 6:30.
Okay. The same day?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
6:30.
Okay. Well, thank you. And this job is not definite. So if you don't mind, pray for me because I'm a little nervous. Okay. We are on. Oh, how's your family? I'm all thinking about me, and I'm not thinking about you.
Well, since my husband continue work near Chattanooga, the other county, he go for work Monday and come back to home Friday or Saturday. My child in the school in this week, the last week, rest, sleep a lot, and I work the last week. I work. It's okay.
All right.
Wait for my sister. He travel in the first week November.
Okay. That'll be nice to have her come.
Uh-huh.
Good. How are your son's grades in school?
The grade in the school. Diego have 19, all class 1995 in all class. Aniel in a study have 19 or more. In other class has 17, 75, 76. Mm, is adult. Is teenager. Not like at the school.
Yes, I understand that. Is the lower grade because he doesn't like it or because it's hard?
Because not like it. Because it
Oh,
is uh, vago. ¿Cómo es vago en inglés? Continue, repeat. You need to study, and you have a homework. You have exam. You need to not only for the school in the house. You repair a student again. Student more information. Not like it. He not like it. The school. He told me, why I need to learn this. In my future, I don't need this. Why me? He tell me why the math at the letter, number and letter for what? In I not need letters. Why in the math add the letter? I don't know. You go to the school and study.
Yes. And I don't know, there's been a lot of things that when I was in high school, I thought, well, why should I learn this? And I'm finding out in English, I really did need to learn this because now I'm trying to help other people with this and I don't remember it. So it's amazing how much you will use these things that you think you won't use. I don't know if there's ways that maybe you can help him to see that it's necessary with uh, things that you have to do, going shopping or things like that. Um, so we'll just think about ways that you can
My
help him to see that it's necessary.
Okay. My sons are both different.
Yeah.
Diego like the school. He's studying. He has home. If he has homework, go to bed and work on homework. Uh, he like the study. But Aniel, no, he don't like the study. but
So maybe help him find what he does like and then what would apply to what he does like. And that's not easy. Sometimes they don't have any idea what they like.
Entonces, Aniel like the sport. He play basketball. He like go to the park. Diego no. Diego stay home. No, no basketball. No sport. No anything outside the house.
Isn't it something? I mean, same parents, same raising, and yet this one likes this and that one likes that. But that's the way God made us, all different.
No different.
Yes. So let's look at our verse. Oops, sorry. I I didn't do it right. Now see, I just didn't do it for what? 1 week and I'm already forgetting. Oh dear. So this one, love your neighbor as you love yourself, Mark 12:31. And when we do, it shows. Now, I don't want to brag on myself, but this is something that happened this week. I go every week to get an allergy shot, and it's not always the same nurse that does it. But this one nurse, she said, "You're so nice. I hope I'm like you." And I said, "What do you mean I'm nice?" She said, "Well, you're just always pleasant and nice and easy to talk with. And so I feel like, okay, if I'm loving my neighbor, I'm going to be that way. If I'm not loving my neighbor, I'm not going to be nice to them."
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what this verse is about. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And it's found in Mark 12:31. And then how are you with your vowels?
Okay. I am practice. Okay. A E I O U.
Perfect, perfect. And what's really funny is you can say, okay, I know it, but then you don't do it for a while and, oh, I forgot. It's easy to forget. So we've got to keep practicing And helping the boys may be one way to practice. And then our twos,
Okay.
um, this one with just the one O is motion, like to work, to school. Two O's is also. I am going to go to the bank, and the uh, post office also, in addition to. And so this would be this too. It also means excessively, like too much. Oh dear, that was too much food. And then this one, you put that W in it, and it's the number. Then we have these. Then is appointed time. Than, and this is just that vowel difference, is comparing this pencil to that pencil. I like this pencil better than that pencil. There is a place, but you put that apostrophe, you put the Y in the apostrophe RE, then it becomes they are, and it's a contraction. And then this there says it belongs to them. That's their apartment.
Mhm.
Okay, then your spelled this way, it means it belongs to you. But if it's spelled this way, it's you are. And then were is the past of are. It's doing. You were working yesterday.
Mhm.
But you put that apostrophe in there, and it becomes we are. And then you put that H in there, and it becomes where, and it's a place. And then where is have clothes on. So you have were, we're, where, and where.
I'm sorry.
And they're confusing because they're so similar.
Mhm.
Some of these others, they're pronounced the same, so it becomes confusing. But these, it's because they're so similar. Okay, and then our singular for a female is woman, for plural is women. So your pronunciation just completely changes with the difference there. And then with the A, it's man, it's singular, one man. With the E, it's plural, men. And then if it's a contraction, it's going to have this apostrophe in it. It's going to be a preposition, it, she, he, they, something like that, and then a apostrophe, and it means like it is. That's a contraction. But if you don't have that apostrophe, it's possessive. It belongs to it.
Mhm.
This is the dog's collar, its collar. But in if you have the dog and you have the possessive, you have to put that apostrophe in. So this is a little bit confusing. If it's using the preposition, he, she, it, we, they, it's going to be a contraction. But if it's the actual thing, like dog or Bill or Nancy, that apostrophe S means it's possessive, it belongs to them.
Mhm.
And then I am watching, that am watching, that's the present continuous. That means it's over time.
Mhm.
We are studying. We don't study just 1 second and it's over with. Even eating, uh, it takes time to eat that plate of food. Um, Going to the store. It takes time to go to the store. So you add that ing and you use this verb, this helping verb. So it's am, are, is, and then are.
Mm-hmm.
And the you, the reason it's are with you, which is plural, is because you is not always clear if you're talking about one or many.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is your apartment. Well, if I'm talking about just Nancy's apartment, or if I'm talking about Nancy and the boys and her husband, four people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have this as plural. So am and is singular, but are is plural. And he, she, it is, and then your main verb. And the plural is we, you, and they. And this has all of the contractions.
Mm-hmm.
And then a is one of many. This is a pencil, but I have five more over here.
Okay.
Or this is the pencil. This is the pencil I want to use. It becomes specific. And then a lot of these contractions, it's talking about are, that's we're, you're, there, or is, it's, she's, but I'll is talking about will. It's short for will. I'll, I will. And the it's, that's it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, let's put that one on there. Okay, and then we have to be careful about getting the syllables all in there. Some words we can kind of chop up and it's no problem, but like if this is the word messenger and we leave out this "in," it becomes message, which is a completely different word. The messenger carries the message. So the message is something that you want to say, where the messenger is a person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then Mr. is actually in a short for this word here, Mr., but it's pronounced the same, and that's the man. Ma'am, now this is man, a male. Ma'am is kind of a southern way of being polite and nice, and it's short for madam. And we'll say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And this is what we're meaning if it's a woman. But if it's a man, we'll say sir, yes, sir, no, sir. Um, then Mrs., this is the title before married woman, but they're using their husband's name. Mrs. Lopez, Mrs. Palmer, something like that. They're using their husband's name, and it's pronounced Mrs., but it's actually meaning mistress. And then Miss is an unmarried woman or a term of respect. And this Ms., you don't hear it much anymore, but at the time this book was written, it was very popular. It's a term of respect for a woman, and it doesn't indicate whether a woman is married or not married. Okay, now this, oops, okay, wait a minute. We have not finished page 160 in the book. This is already to 162, but page 160 in the book, the textbook.
Okay.
All right. It says expand, show what you know. 1, say what someone is doing. Now, these are the actions that it was talking about for a person who's working.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do you see it has the names up top and then it has a line down to the person it's talking about. So, what is Mario doing?
In letter A, in the first picture,
Yes,
he worked in the computer.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, and what is Fang doing?
He clean.
Yes, she's wiping off the counter, so she's cleaning. And then the man in green, it doesn't tell who he is or what he's doing, but he's the customer.
The customer. Uh-huh.
Okay, and what is Alice doing?
Alice help the customer.
Yes. And what is Alex doing?
Maybe take order.
Okay. Now, Alice and Alex, those are two words that are very similar, and you can see it when it's spelled, but when you say it, they sound very much alike.
Alice, Alice.
Okay, so that's what's happening right then. And what kind of business do you think this is?
Sorry.
What business? What kind of business?
Restaurant.
Yes. um, so here in the restaurant, probably Mario is like the manager or the owner, and Fang and Alice are definitely workers. See how their clothes are alike.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, it's not clear if he is a worker or an owner. He could be both.
Mm-hmm.
And then the man with the green shirt, he's the customer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's go down to that second picture. What?
Second picture. Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Oops.
Mario drive the car.
Okay. And what's Fang doing?
And work in the computer.
Okay. And what's Alex doing?
Alex out the garbage.
Yes. And what is Alice doing?
Alice take order.
Okay. And what's the customer doing?
View the menu.
Yes. Okay. So this is in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about schedule.
Okay.
On page 161.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to play um, the CD, and it says, listen, Barbara is talking about her weekly activities.
Page 161, Exercise 2A. Listen, Barbara is talking about her weekly activities.
I'm busy every week. I work Monday to Friday. I have English class on Monday and Wednesday night. I go to the movies on Friday night. I play soccer on Saturday. And I have lunch with my family on Sunday afternoon.
Okay, so you see where it has, she said, I work Monday to Friday. So that includes every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And there she doesn't put times, but on these other activities, she puts times. Now, the lunch with her family, there's no ending time because the lunch might end up being a time of talking, clean up and talking and all sorts of things. So then B is you write your schedule. What do you do every week? Write your activities.
Okay. Okay. Monday to Friday, and work in virtual therapy. On Thursday, I have English class in the morning. Saturday, I'm going with my husband to the bank to change her check. His check. No, her no. Him check. Him check.
And when it's possessive like that, it would be his check.
His check.
And for you, it would be her check.
Okay. And clean the apartment Saturday, and Sunday go to the supermarket or go to dinner out with the family.
Okay. Excuse me. So, any questions about weekly activities or setting up a schedule?
No.
Now, for me, it's in my phone. And there are times I have missed something because it wasn't in my phone, or I had put it in my phone incorrectly, the wrong time, or sometimes even the wrong date. And so this is where I keep my schedule. And I really do look at it every day. Okay, what do I have to do today? What do I have to do tomorrow? And another thing that I do is put birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And so yesterday was my sister's birthday.
Okay.
So I sent her, it's just a simple little on the message. Um, I put, the little symbols,
Mm-hmm.
the little, okay, I put like a fireworks symbol, and then I put happy birthday, and then all sorts of things that have to do with birthday, like cake and presents and, all sorts of things like that. And so here's all these things. And I include in there hearts,
Uh-huh.
because she's my sister and things like that. And then I put from Wanda. And I have done this with not just my brother and sisters, but also with my students. And so I did it with Walter, and he came back with me. When are we going to have English class? And so last week, on you weren't going to be here, but I had Walter. And so he said this week he's going to have to come at night.
Okay.
So hopefully Walter will come tonight. And I've connected with several of my previous students this way. Now, I do have one student, and I cannot pronounce his first name. I can spell it for you, but I can't pronounce it. But his last name is Lara. And so, okay, I sent him a birthday card, and he comes back in Spanish. When are we going to meet face to face? And I said, right now, the only way we're meeting is in Zoom
Mm-hmm.
because it's just not safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he'll come. He's interested, he wants to come, but there are some people that have no idea what Zoom is. Walter didn't know. I sent him the information, and he used it and he got on. There are others that their internet isn't good. America, um, she got on once and she was on for, I don't know, about an hour. And all of a sudden she was gone. And it's just, her internet is just not good. So there are different reasons. And then some people don't have internet. Um, a lot of people don't have computers, so they're using their phones. And it's different getting on with your phone than it is with a computer. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's pretty easy getting on with a computer. Um, I went ahead and tried it with my phone once, and yeah, it's not as easy, I don't think. But anyway, um, the classmates, we'll see. Avi has gotten on. I can't pronounce his name either. So he says, well, you can call me Avi. So he's gotten on, but he's been having to work late. Last week, he didn't get home until after 7:30. So he says, I'm sorry, I just got home. I said, I don't care if you need a bath, you know, but our schedules are busy,
Mhm.
very busy. And sometimes getting the boys to focus, it sounds like your older son, getting him to focus on the schoolwork. If you can ever help him to find the need, he'll do it much better. Okay, and then number 3, write about yourself.
Okay, my name is Nancy Crispin. One week I have English class. Work. Okay, my name is Nancy Crispin. Once a week I have English class. Every day I work. On weekends I will go to the supermarket.
Okay, any question on any of that?
No.
All right, now all of this, these last 4 pages have been reviewed. So we won't use the other book yet. But now we're going to start on page 162 in the text, and this is Unit 10.
Okay.
Where's the bus stop? And this is basically where things are in relation to other things. Addresses. Someone wants to know where the post office is. And when we had the face-to-face class, I would actually ask them, we'd be talking about, okay, where's a bank? And I would ask them, where is a bank? And they would need to tell me where a bank is. Some would tell me where their bank is. Some would say, well, it's just right down there. So we worked on directions, things like that. Okay, so it's places in the community. A, look at the places. So what's number 1?
A bank.
And number 2?
A pharmacy.
Okay, and number 3?
Gas station.
And number 4?
Restaurant.
And number 5?
A ATM.
And number 6?
Emergency hospital.
Yes. And number 7?
Supermarket.
And number 8?
Computer store.
And number 9?
Parking. I don't know the name.
Yeah. Parking lot.
Parking lot.
Right. Okay, so it says at A, look at the places, listen and point, listen and repeat, and B, listen and read, listen and repeat. There it goes.
Unit 10. Where's the bus stop? Page 162. Exercise A. Listen and point. 1,
A bank.
2,
A drugstore.
Drugstore.
3,
A gas station.
4,
A restaurant.
5,
An ATM.
6,
A hospital.
A hospital.
7,
A supermarket.
Supermarket.
8,
A computer store.
9.
A parking lot.
Listen and repeat. 1,
A bank.
A bank. A bank.
2,
A drugstore.
Drugstore.
3,
A gas station.
A station.
4,
A restaurant.
A restaurant.
5,
An ATM.
An ATM.
6,
A hospital.
A hospital. Hospital. Hospital.
7,
A supermarket.
Supermarket.
8,
A computer store.
A computer store.
9,
A parking lot.
Parking lot. A hospital. Hospital.
Page 162. Exercise B. Listen and read. 1,
A bank.
A bank.
2,
A drugstore.
A drugstore.
3,
A gas station.
A gas station.
4,
A restaurant.
A restaurant.
5,
An ATM.
An ATM.
6,
A hospital.
A hospital.
7,
A supermarket.
A supermarket.
8,
A computer store.
A computer store.
9.
A parking lot.
A parking lot. Parking lot.
Listen and repeat. 1,
A bank.
A bank.
2,
A drugstore.
A drugstore.
3,
A gas station.
A gas station.
4,
A restaurant.
A restaurant.
5,
An ATM.
ATM.
6,
A hospital.
A hospital.
7,
A supermarket.
Supermarket.
8,
A computer store.
A computer store.
9,
A parking lot.
A parking lot.
Okay, now all of them start with just a parking lot, a bank, a restaurant, but number 5 says an. And the reason it's an is because it's starting with a vowel.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The word that's following, that it's designating, is starting with a vowel. So it's an ATM.
Okay.
So this would be an arm, where this would be a hand.
Mm-hmm.
So if it starts with a vowel, it's going to be an, because it's really hard to say a ATM, a arm. So it just makes it a little bit easier, making it an.
Okay.
All right, any questions?
The pharmacy different in a pharmacy and drugstore. Is the same or different?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Okay. The pharmacy is the place where you get the prescription made up that the doctor gives you.
Okay.
And not much, but it used to be that the pharmacy would actually put the pieces together to make the specific medicine. These days, there are very few pharmacies that do that. The other thing is, the reason they call this a drugstore and that a pharmacy is because the pharmacy is a part of the drugstore. Most of the time, Not all the time, but most of the time, the front part of the store will be like it shows in that picture there, where it's a bunch of different things. They call these over the counter. And this would be like aspirin or some allergy medicines or maybe foot powder or things like this. They would be in the line of medicines, but the doctor doesn't have to give you a prescription for them.
Okay.
The ones that the doctor has to give you a prescription for, you have to go to the pharmacy.
Okay.
So the drugstore has the pharmacy in it.
Okay.
Now then, so does my supermarket. I go to Kroger for my supermarket. And a section of the Kroger store is just drugstore kind of items.
Mm-hmm.
And so that whole section is like a drugstore inside the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is the pharmacy. And you can actually use that pharmacy area as your place where you want where you take the prescription, or the doctor calls the prescription. Walmart here has a pharmacy in it.
Okay.
A lot of the Walmarts will have a pharmacy in it, but the pharmacy is specifically where they put the drugs together or maybe count out how many. If it's something that's already made up, then they just have to count it out. And I have one prescription, but I have a lot of other things that I take, vitamins or something to help a certain problem.
Mm-hmm.
And this prescription is the one I have to go to the pharmacy for. The others I can get in other parts or other stores. I can get at the drugstore, or I can go to the grocery stores, supermarket.
Okay.
So that's why I said yes and no.
Okay. Understand. Okay. In other question, and number 6, the pronunciation hospital,
Hospital.
hospital. Okay.
Hospital.
Hospital, hospital, hospital. In Puerto Rico, the number 5 is an ATH, not ATM.
Isn't that interesting?
It's ATM. I don't know because change the M for H. I don't know.
Well, it might be the name because the ATM is automatic teller machine.
Okay.
So maybe the ATH is what that means in Spanish. You know, the words in Spanish.
Automática, máquina automática. No, I don't know.
Okay, then I don't know either.
No,
But that's interesting that it's so similar, but not the same.
not the same. And the name is different. You said the H, no sé por qué. I don't know. Automática, máquina. No sé, I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
that was just a guess.
Another question is number 9. A parking lot. Lot is a big area for parking.
Mhm.
Okay.
And here in Springfield, downtown, there's no real parking on the street. There's a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but not much. So there are a few parking lots, and you would put your car in the parking lot, and then you would walk to the different stores or places.
Okay.
And there's also a parking lot. There is a bus that runs here, and I've only seen it a few times, but I think it's just taking people to work in Nashville. bringing them back from work at night. And so the people will leave their car there and then take the bus to get on to Nashville. Downtown Nashville is even worse than here for parking.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost, it's a big, most of them are buildings, and it costs quite a bit to park in them. The best price parking in Nashville is at the library parking lot. And so I'll park at the library parking lot and then walk to wherever it is I need to go, because it's much more expensive
Mm-hmm.
on the street or in the other parking lots. The other thing is, on the street, it's limited time.
Mm-hmm. 2 hours for $25.
And so you have to, if, well, like I went to a symphony, and so that lasted longer than 2 hours. So I had to park in one of those places where it was just a certain amount for the night. So that was the library parking lot. And it's just $8 for a day,
Okay.
however long you want to park there. But you don't learn those things easy. Sometimes you learn them the hard way. I had to pay a fine because I was, I don't know, late, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So it's one of those issues that you really have to work at and find out about and learn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other questions?
No, no more.
All right. And the thing of it is, you ask the questions, then you're going to understand. But if I go through explanations on all of them and you say, oh, yes, I know what a bank is, we're spending the time with things you know instead of spending the time with things you don't know. And that's what's most important, is helping you with what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on page 163, it's talking about addresses and how to get from one place to another. And you notice there are street names. Like the top name is First Street. Then you have Second Street, and then you have Third Street. And going the other way, you have Central Avenue and Main Avenue and Grand Avenue. And then you have things on certain corners. Now, here in Springfield, there's going to be a lot of things on that block. And a block is basically from one cross street to the next cross street. So on First Street, the bank is on the corner of Central Avenue and First Street, but there would be a whole lot of things filling up between Central Avenue and Main Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be just one store. So this is talking about a specific corner. And so like the bank is on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue. And then the gas station is on the corner of Second Street and Central Avenue. And the supermarket is on the corner of Third Street and Central Avenue. And you can say that for the rest of them. Now the parking lot might take up the whole block. This doesn't look like it does, but it might. The ATM is going to be very small. It's going to take up very little space. And sometimes it is a part of a building. I have a bank over near me that the ATM, they have the bank building, and then they have the covered places where you go in and do bank business. You don't go inside, but you drive in and do bank business. And then on the last one, they have the ATM, so you drive up to the ATM.
Okay.
In a parking lot behind that, there's ATMs, I think it's 4, all in one area, but they're not connected to any other building. Other banks, they'll have the ATM. You have to go inside the door, or it's on the outside, but it's still part of that same bank building.
Mhm.
So these are the ideas that it's presenting here. Look at the map, listen, and point to the streets.
Page 163. Exercise C. Listen and look.
First Street. Second Street. Third Street. Central Avenue. Main Avenue. Grand Avenue.
Listen and point.
First Street. Second Street. Third Street. Central Avenue. Main Avenue. Grand Avenue.
Okay, any questions?
When I told the address, use the corner. The order is is important. As example, a van is in First Street corner, Central Avenue, or the van is in Central Avenue corner, First Street.
It doesn't matter which one you say first,
Okay.
because you're talking about 2 streets. So you can say this one first, or you can say this one first. The order doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're in part of this, it's going to be you'd have to say a certain order to fill in the blanks, because of the blanks being specific. But if you're telling someone the bank is over here on First Avenue and Central Avenue, the corner of First Avenue and Central Avenue, you can say it's Central Avenue and First Avenue.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
One of the reasons for it could be either way is because a lot of times you'll say it in relation to where you are. Like if you're on Central Avenue, you might say Central Avenue first,
Mm-hmm.
and then the First Avenue.
Uh-huh.
So that's one reason. You kind of work with what you are, how you are, what things are. All right, any other questions?
No.
So part D is listen and repeat, and this is a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Page 163. Exercise D. Listen.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes. There's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Listen and repeat.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes. There's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Yes, there are a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The only contraction is theirs, and that's there is.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
No.
All right then. So this is a conversation. So do you want me to be A or you be A?
I am A.
Okay.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there's a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there are a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there are a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there are a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there's a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a van near here?
Yes, there's a bank on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a bank near here?
Yes, there are a van on the corner of First Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Okay? Okay.
Well, it's up to you.
Okay. No, no more.
Okay, so any questions?
No.
All right. Now then, we're going to use the places on this map
Mm-hmm.
and make new conversations. So like we might ask about the ATM. Excuse me, is there an ATM near here? Yes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yes, there an ATM on the corner of Third Street and Grand Avenue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Excuse me, is there a computer store? Digo, the same in the same place?
No, the idea is to use the different places.
Okay. Excuse me, is there a computer store near here?
Yes, there's a computer store on the corner of 3rd Street and Main Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a supermarket near here?
Yes, there is a supermarket on the corner 3rd Street and Central Avenue.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a hospital near here?
Yes, there's a hospital on the corner of Grand Avenue and 1st Street.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a gas station near here?
Yes, there there a gas station on the corner of Center Avenue and Second Street.
Thank you.
Excuse me, is there a restaurant near here?
Yes, there's a restaurant on the corner of 2nd Street and 3rd Avenue.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to do the last two or go on?
One more.
Okay.
Excuse me, is there a drugstore near here?
Yes, there's a drugstore on Main Avenue and on the corner of Main Avenue and 1st Street.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, now, if I were in class, I would ask them, okay, where's a bank? Where's these different places? But can you tell me where, now thinking about your apartment, where is the gas station?
I don't remember the street.
Minor difficulty there.
In Nashville Pike. Corn, 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 the Kroger supermarket. No, not even
Okay.
the name the street. Only Nashville Pike.
Okay. Um, that's easy to do too, because you think about the street that you go on, but you don't think about, oh, it's that street is the corner, is the cross street. And that's what it's called. Your main street would be Nashville Pike, but the cross street would be the street that it goes across Nashville Pike right there. So, and I noticed that some of the students, they would say, well, it's right down there. And, you know, they knew how to get there, but they didn't know how to tell. And then when we got starting talking about blocks, okay, from where we are, how many blocks is it to the traffic light? That was 1 block. But we had to work at some of these things just a little bit. Okay. And that might be something that it would be helpful for you to work at. These places that you go, okay, what are the streets? How do I get there?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to the can't talk, workbook, page 110.
110, workbook 100. Okay.
So this again is places in the community and match the pictures with the words. So if you notice there by the picture of the gas station, and it's the same pictures, they're a little bit harder to see because they're in black and white instead of color,
Mhm.
but it's the same pictures. And there's a letter beside the gas station, that's A. So you have all the list of places down here at the bottom, and you have letters beside each place. And so you fill in the letter
Mhm.
beside the name.
Okay. Number one, a supermarket is letter C. Number two, a drugstore is letter E. Number three, a restaurant is letter G. Number four, a hospital is letter B. Number five, a gas station is letter A. Number six, a bank is letter H. Number seven, an ATM is letter I. Okay. And number a parking lot is letter D. And number 9, a computer store is letter F.
Okay. Any questions?
No. Number 7 is more difficult for me. An ATM, letter I.
And it comes back to those vowels.
1, 2, 3 vowel.
Yes. Yes. And they're not all the same. Two of them are the same and one of them's different. So, and I've noticed that the more a person practices those vowels, the better it is. And then they find it easier in life, in doing things. Um, like when it was talking about a message, being able to spell your name. Um, you say uh, a different vowel, and that changes the word completely.
In the store, when the sell customer said, tell me, give me your email. My email is my name. N-A-N. And Nancy, no problem. Crispin, C-R. Oh, the power different all time. My husband, no, this, no, this. My chef, Diego, Mon, no, it's A, letter A. The sell customer tell me again, please. What you said, tell me.
Yes.
I'm writing
Yes.
in my bag a pencil, a pen, and paper, writing this.
I was taking census, and I would go up to the house, and there would be several people living there, and I wouldn't understand the spelling of the names, so I had paper. I had a clipboard with paper on it, and I handed them the paper, I handed them the pen, and they wrote it out because that gets to be a problem. Uh,
Hmm.
and this one, um, his name, I totally confused what name he was talking about. And when he wrote it out, it made sense. I thought he was saying Homer, and he was saying Omar. And when he wrote it out, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But hearing it, I was not hearing what he was saying.
Okay.
Okay, now on part B, it's look at the map and write the streets. So, what are the names of the streets there?
And the street name is Main Street, Erie Street, North Street, and the Second Avenue, Third Avenue, and Fourth Avenue.
Okay, any question on that part?
Now, I'm ready.
All right, now number one,
Okay, there a a lot. Okay, there's a parking lot on the corner of North Street and Fourth Avenue. There's a restaurant on the corner of Fourth Avenue and Main Street. There's a drugstore on the corner of North Street and Third Avenue. There's the hospital on the corner of Second Avenue and Main Street. There's a computer store on the corner of Second Avenue and Erie Street. There's a supermarket on the corner of Main Street and Third Avenue. There's a gas station on the corner of Third Street and Erie, no, Third Avenue and sorry, Main Street and Third Avenue.
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Number
and
7.
sorry. The gas station is in, give me 1 second, Erie Street at Third Avenue. Okay.
Okay. You got yourself a little bit confused when you were having trouble there, so
Okay.
it helps to just go back and start again.
Okay. Number 7. There's a gas station on the corner of Third Avenue and Erie Street. Number 8. Banks and no, there's a bank on the corner of North Street and Second Avenue. And number 9, there's an ATM on the corner of 4th Street, 4th Avenue and North Street.
No, try that one again.
And number 9, okay, ATM is on the corner of 4th Avenue and Main Street.
No, try it again.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, again. There's an ATM on the corner of 4th Avenue and Erie Street.
Okay.
Oh.
And this is something that a lot of people have trouble with. Like the parking lot seems like it goes all the way from Erie Street to North Street, but the entrance is North Street. And so the parking lot gets a little confused. But the rest of them, they're on a specific corner. They're not taking up the whole block. And so like the ATM is strictly Erie Street. It doesn't go all the way to Main Street.
Okay.
And when a building does take up the whole block, it becomes more confusing if there's just one entrance. Sometimes though, if it takes up a whole block, there'll be more than one entrance.
Okay.
And so you have to designate entrance. But the ATM and the gas station were the only ones that you had any problems with at all. And the gas station, because of where the entrances are, it has to be Erie Street and Third Avenue. But some things are confusing.
Okay.
Just that's just the way it is. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. So then we're going back to the text, page 164.
Station.
Okay. So at the top it says lesson 2, give directions between and across from. And once you learn this between and across from, it makes it even easier to give directions because not everything is on a corner.
Mm-hmm.
So far we've talked about things on a corner, but the map there on page 165, things are not on a corner. They're next to each other or across from each other. And so this is also a good way to help to designate where something is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then on page 164, these different places.
Mm-hmm.
So what's number 1?
Police department, police station,
Okay, and number 2?
fire station,
Okay, and number 3?
post office,
And number 4?
leave us this word, library,
Library.
library,
Library.
library. Number 5 is a park. Number 6 is a courthouse.
Yes.
Number 7, city hall. Number 8, department of motor, this word, vehicle.
Yes.
Vehicle.
Yes. And honestly, see after it, it says DMV. That's what most people are going to call it. They're going to just shorten it to D is the first letter of department, M is the first letter of motor, and V is the first letter of vehicles. And they'll just tell if you ask someone, well, where's the Department of Motor Vehicles? Oh, the DMV is.
Okay.
They'll just automatically do it. So that's one of those shortened things that people use. Okay, now let me see. We are now at number 9.
School. School.
Okay.
Okay. School.
Now, number 6, the courthouse is going to be different from the city hall. The city hall is where the city business is done. Like, that's where I pay the utility bill. That's where if I have a question about something concerning the city, that's where I go. But the courthouse, that is really where the judge sits,
On the legal situation.
the legal system.
Okay.
Now, here in Springfield, the courthouse was also where the county mayor's office is. But and it's a little confusing because you have a county mayor for all of Robertson County, and then you have a city mayor just for Springfield. So right now they're having elections, and so it says for mayor, but it doesn't always say mayor of what. And I think that is funny because people are assuming that you know, and maybe you know, and maybe you don't. But the courthouse, let's say that someone gets a ticket for parking or parking too long,
Okay.
they would go to the courthouse to pay it. Now, a lot of times with um, the summons from the policeman, it'll be all as a part. There'll be the information on one part, and then there'll be an envelope there that you can just mail it in. But the courthouse would also be if there is a lawsuit. Someone says, hey, you did this, and you say, no, I didn't. And so then there becomes a lawsuit. Or if someone steals something, say robs a bank, then the courthouse is where that bank robber has to come up before a judge and jury and be tried. So the courthouse sometimes can be a county building, but here in Springfield, you've got 3 separate buildings. You have the courthouse, and you have the city building, city offices, and then you have the county offices. And the county offices also include the jail for the sheriff's department. And
Mhm.
it's it used to be a hospital,
Okay.
a huge building. So, and I don't know about Gallatin. I know how to get there, kind of. That's about all I know. I had to go over to Gallatin one time, and on the map, you can take this one road and it goes all the way through. It doesn't go through on the reality. I had to stop in this one town and find the police department and say, how do I get from here to there? So you have to go all the way down to, well, it's called Goodlettsville, all the way down to Goodlettsville, and then all the way up. And I imagine you found that when you came over to Springfield. You have to go way out of your way to get from here to there. Okay, so any question on any of these?
Yes, library, library,
Library.
okay, a library, okay, library. Es in Spanish librería, librería.
So it's spelled very similarly, but it's not pronounced exactly the same. So,
Stephen, it's library.
and I think it's harder when it's very similar because when it's completely different, you're not having to get rid of the old as much. When it's very similar, there's a lot of confusion
Mm-hmm.
related to it. Okay, anything else?
Okay. Now,
All right then, so now it's listen and point to the places, listen and repeat, and B, listen and read, listen and repeat.
Page 164. Exercise A. Listen and point. 1,
Police station.
2,
Fire station.
fire station,
3,
Post office.
4,
Library.
5,
Park.
6,
Courthouse.
7,
City hall.
8,
Department of Motor Vehicles, or DMV.
TMB.
9,
School.
listen and repeat. 1,
Police station.
Police station,
2,
Fire station.
fire station,
3,
Post office.
post office,
4,
Library.
library,
5,
Park.
park,
6,
Courthouse.
courthouse,
7,
City hall.
city hall,
8,
Department of Motor Vehicles,
motor vehicles,
or DMV.
DMB, Department of Motor,
9,
DMB,
School.
school, count,
page 164. Exercise B. Listen and read. 1,
Police station.
police station,
2,
Fire station.
fire station,
3,
Post office.
post office,
4,
Library.
library,
5,
Park.
park,
6,
Courthouse.
courthouse,
7,
City hall.
city hall,
8,
Department of Motor Vehicles, or DMV.
Department of Motor
9,
Vehicle, DMV,
School.
school,
listen and repeat. 1,
Police station.
police station,
2,
Fire station.
fire station,
3,
Post office.
post office,
4,
Library.
library,
5,
Park.
park,
6,
Courthouse.
courthouse,
7,
City hall.
city hall,
8.
Department of Motor Vehicles.
Department of Motor Vehicles.
Or DMV.
DMV.
9.
School.
School.
Okay. Vehicles, I notice you're working on that one. I would say vehicles. Vehicles.
Vehicles.
Yes,
Como J. Vehicles.
yes. Vehicles.
V.
Vehicles. Vehicles.
Vehicles. Vehicle. 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 Okay.
And the reason they call it vehicles instead of, say, cars is because cars would be, like the passenger car, but you also have pickup trucks, you have larger trucks, you have semi trucks, you have carriers of different types and kinds that are also licensed. So vehicles is kind of covering all of those.
Okay. It was the word court is basketball court. O sea, la cancha de baloncesto is the same word.
Huh.
It's basketball court.
Actually, that's court.
Court.
Okay, let's see.
Court.
So this is car and this is court.
Court. Court. Court. Court. Court.
This is actually closer in sound to coat, but it is easy to get it confused. This is car, this is court, like basketball court, and that's similar to coat.
Coat.
But it's like there's not this U there. So it's it's like C-O-R-T.
Court.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it'll let me. That's what it sounds like is court.
Court. Okay. Court.
It's like that U isn't even there.
Mm-hmm. Court. Library, court, y by vehicles.
Yeah.
Vehicles.
Getting it. That's one that is a problem, but you are getting it.
Court, library, vehicle. Court, library, vehicle.
Okay. The only thing is, you were talking about car. Oh, courthouse. I see. It's the courthouse.
Courthouse. Library, courthouse, and motor vehicle.
And I don't know why they call it basketball court and this is a courthouse, because a basketball court is a place where you play.
Mm-hmm.
And the court is, I don't know. I don't know why they have. I wasn't making that association. You said basketball court, so I'm thinking basketball court. But courthouse, yes, it is the same word,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know why they use that same word.
Court.
It's English. And sometimes that's my only explanation. And I didn't make it up. Um, I was I'm watching this series about Europe, and it talks about all the different peoples that came into Europe, and they call this one group Germanic, but there's the Vikings, and there's the Huns, and there's the Normans, and there's the Norsemen. It was just a whole bunch of groups, but he called them all Germanic. And it was interesting to me because they all came from another place. Some of them came from Asia. Some of them came from the north part of Asia. And so, you know, there are just so many different sources that some of them, it's confusing where it even came from. Okay, you ready to go on then? So here's page 165. Listen, listen, and repeat. Oh, we're talking about 3rd Street, and all of these things are just on 3rd Street. And so it has all of these different places there on 3rd Street.
Page 165. Exercise D. Listen. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park.
Listen and repeat. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
Excuse me, where
It's between the police station and the DMV.
is between the police station and the DMV?
Between the police station and the DMV?
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park.
Yes, it's across from the park.
And here in this one, you only have 2 contractions. It's twice, and that stands for it is. Now, find the City Hall in the picture, and you say they say it's between the police station and the DMV. See, they're using the DMV instead of the whole thing. So that's between. You have the police station on one side and the DMV on the other side. That's between.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were actually in class, I would say, okay, so-and-so is between this one and this one. I would use examples like that, but that's between. And then the park is across from the City Hall. So it's across the street. And, you know, you were having trouble remembering that side street.
Mm-hmm.
I was just being told where this certain building was, and they were saying it's across from, all right, it's across from Burdett's. So I'm thinking across Main Street, and she's thinking across 7th Avenue. The Burdett's is on a corner, and so it does cause confusion sometimes. So anytime there's confusion, just ask. So across from the City Hall and the park are across from each other. Okay, any questions?
No.
All right. So this is a conversation. So do you want to be A or B?
I am A.
Okay.
Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park.
And I notice that you really work at being a question. You make the question sound like a question. And that's one thing that is important when you're talking with someone. So that's good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Eh, excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DM?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
sorry.
Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park.
Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is the City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is the City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park. Excuse me, there is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Excuse me, where is City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's close from the park. Excuse me, where is the City Hall?
It's between the police station and the DMV.
Between the police station and the DMV?
Yes, and it's across from the park. Okay, any
It's okay.
questions?
No, it's okay.
All right. So it says read the sentences, and this is talking about between and across from. Now, using this map, City Hall is between the police station and the DMV. It's across from the park.
Mm-hmm.
The post office is between the park
And
and the library. It's across from the DMV.
mm-hmm. Okay. I'm reading this.
Yes,
City Hall is between the police station and the DMV. The post office is between the park and the library. It's okay. So it's cross from the park. The City Hall is cross of the park, and the post office is cross from the DMV.
it's a little confusing because sometimes they're going down, sometimes they're going across, and in this case, they're going across. So that's all right. We did it. You did it. All right. And then F, look at the map in exercise D. Complete the sentences.
Okay. The DMV is between DMV, the City Hall and the hospital.
Yes.
The hospital is across from the library. Library.
Yes.
Number 3, the park is between the fire station and the post office.
Yes.
And number 4, the fire station is across from the police station.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
All right. Now, there at the bottom, we're going to ask where these different places are. So, like, I can ask, where is the hospital?
The hospital is from the library.
Across from.
Across across from.
Right. Okay. So now you ask about one.
Okay, where is the park?
The park is between the fire station and the post office, and it's across from the city hall.
Okay.
All right. Where is the police station?
The police station is across from the fire station.
Okay. Any questions?
No. No. No question. No question. No question. No.
It's funny in class. We would be doing this, only we would also be doing Springfield. And I'd say, okay, where's the post office? And most of the people knew where the post office was, but I'd say, where is the police station? And hardly anyone knew. And the police station is right next door to the post office.
Okay.
But it didn't really register on people because they weren't going to the police station. They were going to the post office. So it was interesting how it just didn't really register on people.
In this occasion, use the police office, the city hall, the because it's the specific place. Okay. Okay. You always use cross from. Use the word cross from part or other place.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Okay. When say the address is cross from, the always use two words. Cross from.
Yes.
Okay. Cross from. Cross from.
One thing, across is telling where it is, but the from is giving a relation. So it's across, like the police station is across the street from the fire station. So it's helping to, it's not just across, but it has to be from something. So that there has to be another something. Now, talking about the Burdett's tea shop, it is across from the this other building that she was talking about. Well, I don't know exactly how to say it, but anyway, it has to be in relation to something.
Okay.
That's where your from comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Across is like across the street, but it's across the street from something. So there has to be a relation there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
All right. So now the workbook, page 112.
112.
And again, you have all the pictures and you have all the names, and you're going to put the name underneath the picture this time.
Okay. Number one is por office. Number two is the par. Is a par. Number three is the DMV.
Yes.
Motor vehicles. No more. Better. DMV.
Now you know why everyone calls it DMV besides it being so long.
DMV. Number four is a city hall. Number five is a fire station. Number six is the school. Number seven is police station. Number eight is library. And number nine is courthouse.
Okay. Any questions on that part?
No.
Now, if you notice, the workbook gives more exercise, more work on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it really helps because it's presented a little bit differently, but it's the same thing. And that's what repetition is. That's what practice is.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over the same thing. Okay, and then in part B, you're going to use this map, and this map is not the same as the other map. This map is different. So you're working specifically on this map and write across from or between.
Okay, give me 1 second. For the N is between the enemy and poor is called house. Is between okay, the city hall is cross from the DM is between the city hall and the house. The post office is cross from the police station is cross from The hospital is between between. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, number 1.
Okay.
Where is the park? Is across from the post office. Number 2. Where is the library? Is across from the courthouse. Number 3. Where is the courthouse? Is between the DMV and the park. Number 4. Where is the city hall? Is across from the police station. Number 5. Where is the DMV? Is between the city hall and the courthouse. Number 6. Where is the post office? Is across from the park. Number 7. Where is the police station? Is across from the city hall. And number 8. Where is the hospital? Is between the police station and the library.
Okay.
Okay.
And you notice between, it gives you 2 places. Across from is just 1 place.
Okay.
All right, now these are little conversations. So you want to be A or do you want to be B first?
And letter B in this one.
Okay. Where is the park?
Is across from the post office.
Where is the library?
Is across from the courthouse.
Where is the courthouse?
It's between the DMV and the park.
Where is City Hall?
It's across from the police station.
Where is the DMV?
It's between City Hall and the courthouse.
Where's the post office?
It's across from the park.
Where is the police station?
It's across from the City Hall.
Where is the hospital?
It's between the police station and the library. Okay. Where is the park?
It's across from the post office.
Where is the library?
It's across from the courthouse.
Where is the courthouse?
It's between the DMV and the park.
Where is the city hall?
It's across from the police station.
Where is the DMV?
It's between the city hall and the courthouse.
Where is the post office?
It's across from the park.
Where is the police station?
It's across from the city hall.
Where is the hospital?
It's between the police station and the library.
Okay.
Where is the park?
It's across from the post office.
Where is the library?
It's across from the courthouse.
Where is the courthouse?
It's between the DMV and the park.
Where is City Hall?
It's across from the police station.
Where is the DMV?
It's between City Hall and the courthouse.
Where is the post office?
It's across from the park.
Where is the police station?
It's across from the City Hall.
Where is the hospital?
It's between the police station and the library. Library.
But I can hear you improving. The more you practice, the better it is. And you are improving. Okay, do you want to do it again or no?
No, it's okay.
All right. So you get the idea of between and across from.
Cross from, between. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So I think we don't have time to really do a whole lot more. We have 6 minutes.
Okay.
So next week then I'll just have the evening lesson So at 6:30.
Okay. Okay, no worries. 6:30 the next week.
Yes.
Okay. 2 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
If that's okay with you. Um, if we were actually in class, that's what it would be.
Okay.
So,
Easy for me because my husband not here.
yes.
More easy. When he come back, maybe it's difficult. But in this time it's easy because the child eats 3, 4 o'clock and then go to the bed, go to uh, the the bedroom or the homework.
You hope your older son is doing the homework.
Diego, I don't know. Aniel, maybe.
Fabian. Well, it's been nice talking with you, and I'll see you next week at night.
Okay.
And you have a good week.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
If you have any questions, write them down and bring them. Sometimes someone would encounter something, just in their daily life. And so then they would want to know, okay, now what about this? And what about this? And
The class in the night is the same. Okay.
yes, we'll just pick up where we left off.
Okay. Okay. No worry. See you the next week in the night.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye. See you.
Good week.
Bye. You too. Bye. Thank you.